Hey, hey, and welcome back to my channel, everyone. Now, if this is your first time, hey, welcome. If it's not, glad to have you back. Now, today's video is all about rolling with your emotions and knowing that they are there to tell you something, because I'm sure you've experienced an emotion that you don't like and you're like, why am I feeling this way? I don't understand. There's always a reason, so be prepared for it. But now, before we get into it, because this is my favourite bit, you ready? Show me y'all. Hey, brilliant, so welcome back. Now, like I said before, this video is all about experiencing those emotions and knowing that they are there to tell you something. Now, before you say, well, Hannah, how is it there to tell me something? My emotions don't talk to me. I get that. I totally get that, okay? But what it is, it's a sign that there is in some way, in some part of your life, there's some resistance. There's something that isn't exactly how you would like it or how you would want it to be. Now, word of warning here, life is gonna be like that, okay? There are gonna be things and times in life where everything isn't gonna go the way you want, where things aren't gonna be the way that you want them to be, but it's about rolling with that and learning to be peaceful and grateful in the moment. And that comes with time and that comes with age, but you can start it right now. I don't care what age you are, I don't care what you're experiencing in life right now. I'm not belittling it, and I'm sending you lots of love no matter what it is you're going through, but you can change the way you feel, okay? And I am a prime example of this, okay? I only talk about things that I can relate to. I only talk about things that I know are true. I only talk about the things that I've gone through myself. I'm not going to try and bullshit you and pretend that I've experienced something that I haven't. So I know that you can change the way you feel. And sometimes it's a mindset thing. Sometimes change that thought. Other times that feeling is there to show you and to tell you that something is not right. Maybe you're not aligned with your true purpose. Maybe actually you've performed in a certain way that wasn't becoming of you, or is not the personality trait that you would like to put out. Because I'm sure you've experienced guilt or shame when you've acted in a way that you're not proud of. We all have, okay? So sometimes it's a call to make amends, and that's what I do day by day now. If I react or if I do something that isn't me, it isn't my core self, and I feel it, I feel that tension, I'm like, nah, I need to sort this right now. If I can't sort it then, I'll sort it later. It might require me apologising. It might require me buying someone something. It might require me just meditating on it, okay? But I make sure that I solve it day by day, okay? And sometimes I'm not perfect. Sometimes it takes longer. Sometimes it takes 2 days, 3 days, 3 weeks sometimes. But you've got to be prepared to sit within, because I know sometimes it can be a little bit scary. When you've got that emotion that you don't like and you want to get rid of it, I get it. Believe me, I get it. You want to get rid of it, you want it out there. But actually, you know, our brains are very clever. So if you think of this, if I say don't think of this water bottle, you're going to think of this water bottle because I've asked you not to do it. Even if you're trying not to think about it by default, you're going to think about it. That's the way put my teeth in. That's the way our brains are wired. Okay, our brains are wired to do that, okay? So if you try not to think about something, you're gonna think about it, okay? So make sure that you allow for that and don't try and force things out. Don't try and push emotions down. Don't try and force them out. Yes, change the way you feel. I'm going to tell you how to do that, but don't avoid them. It's not about doing something. Just say you're scared of something. It's not about avoiding that, because you're gonna have to face that at some point in life, okay? But it's about moving forward and changing the way you think and feel. So when you experience an emotion that you do not like, firstly, just note it. Acknowledge that it is there, okay? Because a lot of the time, like I said, people push it down. Fuck that, no. I want you to acknowledge that it's there. Acknowledge that that is part of you at this time, okay? And you need to work through that, okay? So acknowledge it, whether it's anger, frustration, anxiety, sadness, whatever it is, acknowledge that it is there, okay? And also, my mantra is, I am not my thoughts, I am not my feelings. If you want to steal that, feel free, create your own. I always have that mantra. Whenever I experience an emotion that I do not like or do not want, I'm like, I'm not my thoughts, I am not my feelings. And I want you to remember that you are not your thoughts. If I was to cut you open right now, I would not find a thought. I would not be able to put my hands on a feeling. Okay, so they are things that are not within this physical body. They are not part of you. They are not you, okay? So once you've acknowledged it, what I want you to do is activate that prefrontal cortex. Now, Mel Robbins talks a lot about this sort of stuff, and so I'm going to be totally open. This stuff isn't new. This isn't new stuff. I'm not the first person to talk about this sort of stuff. And you'll find most speakers, most people who talk about this sort of stuff, they're just rehashing ideas that have been around for ages, okay? So be aware, everyone is singing from the same hymn sheet. So whether you watch my videos or you watch other people's videos, it doesn't matter, we're all saying the same thing, just in a different way. So I totally recommend checking out Mel Robbins. Awesome woman, super inspirational. But she talks about activating that prefrontal cortex, because when we're in that emotion, it's our emotional brain. It's our emotional brain that is kicking off, and we're just in a habit of thinking that way. It's called a basal ganglia. It's where our habit loops are kept. We're just in a loop. We're in a habit loop of feeling a certain way. So once you activate that prefrontal cortex, it takes the focus away from there. Now, it's always going to go there first. That's the way we're wired, okay? We're always going to have an emotional center, and that's not to scare you, that's to empower you, okay? Because everyone experiences the same thing. We're always usually going to feel something before we think about it, before we think ourselves out of it. So notice that. And prefrontal cortex, create a new anchor thought. I gave you one earlier, which is my mantra. I'm not my thoughts, I'm not my feelings. But you create your own anchor thought. Maybe it's, I'm okay, this is fine, I'm peaceful, I'm this, I'm that. Create an anchor thought. Because once we bring that access back to the prefrontal cortex, when we acknowledge the thought and feeling, that brings us to the prefrontal cortex. Then we get a little bit of a gap, and then we can insert an anchor thought, and we can change the way we're thinking. Now, those other thoughts, they're going to come back. Those feelings are going to come back. So it's not about being scared of them. It's not about being able to push them down. It's acknowledging it and being aware of it. It's activating that prefrontal cortex. So we're bringing ourselves back round, and then it's about changing that anchor, that core belief that we have. So changing that anchor thought to something that is positive and empowering. So make sure you do that as you move forward. And I really hope that helps. And by the way, I haven't asked, but if you haven't already, make sure you hit subscribe and hit that notifications bell just over there. Just make sure you do that for me. So then that'll give you a notification every time I upload a brand new video. And also check out the links in the description box below. I'm on all types of social media. You can follow me there and check out the content I post there. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Sending you lots and lots of love.